What's up, everybody? We are back. We are off the crossbar. I am the coach, Pete Odner, and I'm here with my main man, the co-coach, Adam the Miz Mizell, and we are here in the bowels of a movie theater in Dundalk, safe from the gunfire of Baltimore City. Miz, what is going on? I'm looking at you. I see we're simpatico. It's beanie weather, baby.
It's that time of year, man. It's a little cold out there for us bald guys. Heat escapes to the head. So we got to make sure we dress appropriately.
May I correct you on something? To use the term bald, I'm going to say shaven. Thank you.
Shaven, okay. All right. Can't do the bald head, the handshake with the beanies all day.
No,
you
can't. You can't. And
what if you're wearing gloves? Can you do it then?
It's possible.
Yeah.
And we got Finnegan chiming in early. Right?
I'm sorry.
Finnegan's ready to rock.
He's ready. He's pumped up.
Well, you guys missed last week.
We did.
I was part of my week was ruined.
He was a little flustered today when we got here.
He's one of the three people that were mad that we weren't here last week. Yeah.
It's two of us, by the way, not three.
Congratulations are in order, Coach.
For what?
Big anniversary recently. Last week, right?
Well, my anniversary was in April.
Okay.
We decided to celebrate it last week.
Took a rain check on the immediate celebration, and then
we flew out to South Carolina. And
which, by the way, I don't know if I'm not a huge Facebook guy, so when I get on there, I get excited, right? I get on there, and the first thing I see is pictures of Coach Pete's anniversary, extravaganza. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I'm looking. I got some thoughts on this, right? I'm looking. I'm like, all right, picture in front of the Eiffel Tower, or
right.
The little tours. In every picture, he's got like a Sensei Marshall's Grapple Academy shirt.
I knew you were going to say something about that.
Steve Bryan's Saturday Dojo. Like his anniversary should have been sponsored by jiu-jitsu vendors, merchandise, apparel, schools, whatever you want to call it. I mean, your thoughts on that?
It's funny because I knew when you were going there, I was like, what did I do anything weird? And that was weird. It was just, here's the way I pack.
Okay.
Honest to God, this is the way I pack. I go, I'm away for 4 days. I need this many shirts.
Okay.
I need this many pairs of underwear, this many socks. I don't really look at it. I'm wearing jeans, so whatever. Everything goes with jeans. And I just happen to have, it was like 3 shirts for jiu-jitsu.
And they're in every photo.
But in fairness to me,
okay,
I was also wearing a Hurley sweatshirt for part of it because it was a little chilly down there.
Okay.
So don't.
And Kelly was looking good as always.
Yeah,
she was dressed
great.
nice, and she's like you guys are in these nice little intimate pictures, and you have on the 2025 Jiu-Jitsu Open Tournament champion shirt. It was great.
I needed everybody in South Carolina to know that I take jiu-jitsu just in case.
Speaking of which, that's got to be a little bit of a deterrent for any would-be pickpocketers, I would think. Like, hey man, this guy's got a, or if it was like a ninja, champion shirt or something like that, it's like, yeah, you might want to choose another guy. What do you think?
I see where you're going. I thought you were going to say it was a bad pickpocket because that guy spent way too much on the T-shirts.
Hey guys.
He has no money because he just spent $50 on a Grapple Academy shirt.
But I love his beanie.
And I don't want to, Pete, I don't want you to be mad at me.
I won't.
Okay.
But I was able to sneak away with you. You don't even know this for your anniversary.
Right.
And I got some intimate pictures of you and the missus.
Ooh.
Do you mind if I show one?
Go ahead.
Now, I don't want to. All right, here we go.
Okay.
This is Pete. This is Pete and his lovely lady enjoying an after-dinner moment.
Two comedians rubbing balls together. I love it.
I don't even know how you found that.
That's fantastic.
Congrats on your anniversary, my friend.
Thank you so much. And that was a jiu-jitsu pick. Some people say jiu-jitsu is like gay wrestling. And it's not like wrestling at all.
No, but it is gay if you look. It's very gay, but in a good way.
Yeah, but
like gay's not a bad thing. It's just, you have to embrace it.
That's very close contact.
And by the way, that is, of course, comedian Mike Turpin about ready to
Yep.
break my arm.
Hopefully, here's what I'm hoping in this picture and in the positions you're in. I'm just hoping that you both have Old Spice on.
What is
Pete
the,
looks like he could do some high karate right there.
what is the Old Spice? What is the best Old Spice to wear in that? And if you're going to be in that position,
Cracking guard, absolutely, cracking guard.
That is a cracking guard pose right there.
Or bear paw.
Bear wolf.
Wolf
bear.
thorn.
Wolf thorn. That's what I'm thinking of.
Wolf thorn, and it's bear claw.
Yeah,
bear,
you're right,
Something.
something,
Bear
yeah.
tooth. Yeah, but
Well,
unbelievable, amazing. But congratulations
thank
in
you
all
so
seriousness. You know, like the kind of women that can put up with us. I don't know. I don't know how they do it.
You don't even know.
Well, they
like
say
it.
it takes a strong woman to keep a relationship together. There you have
go.
it. That looks
That
like
is-
a pretty strong woman right there.
Coach, it's time for mystery question. All right, Coach. So something came across my desk, and I hate to sound like the guy from Wolf of Wall Street, but something came across my desk. It's not a sales pitch, by the way. And it got me to thinking, and I'm like, it's actually a good question. And do I have some thoughts? Yes. Have times changed? Yes. But I got to know, as being high school coaches, right?
Yeah.
But we're not in the interior, we're the exterior. So we're the after school fun stuff, so we don't see the inner workings. But nowadays, some of the teacher attire has gotten, I don't know if you've seen any of this, it's gotten a little bit risque, we'll call it, right? So my mystery question for you, and we're going to take a look at the one of the videos that I've come across recently, and so you can see this. Let's play that, Finney. Can we do that?
Hold on. I don't.
All right, so hold on. We'll go to the question, then we'll play it and get your thoughts.
All right,
Okay,
I'm with you.
So the question is this: mystery question of the day. What is proper teacher attire? Okay, that's the question. Now, Finney is going to bring in a file. There it is right there up at the top, Finney.
Happy Tuesday, teacher outfit of the day. I love my outfit today. I'm obsessed with these pants. They're Abercrombie. They're the pleather pants. They just have the best fit. I've had them for 3 years, and I just always find myself reaching for them. This is a cashmere sweater from Offset. I'm not sure if I should.
Coach, what do you think? I mean, what is proper teacher attire? And would you be able to focus on long division with that going on?
I could not focus on anything else with that going on. Seriously. Now, also, it should be said, I went to Archbishop Curley.
Okay.
So I did not need to see a friar in leather pants,
Right?
but she was something else. I would either be a straight A student because I would be going for, it's like, that is, I don't even know what to say. That's like a freaking Van Halen video right there. Right? That's incredible.
With the leather pants.
Well, let me ask you guys a question. What do you think is more appropriate for the children, that video or this picture?
Well, the second picture is just an expression of love. But seriously, I'm going back to when I was in high school.
Miss Tobin?
Miss Tobin was hot.
Do you remember the line, right?
I remember. I don't know. Miss Tobin was all right.
So our homeroom, we were in the same homeroom, right?
Right. And you were, seriously, you were so far up her ass.
Well, but
seriously.
I was trying to hit it, dude.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I was a freshman in high school, but I did. You remember, she was built.
Yeah, she
and
was.
This is no lie. Thanksgiving, we're getting ready to go on break, Ms. And she said, "All right, we're going to go around the classroom. Tell us things you're thankful for." This is a God's honest truth. I sat next to Victor Commodore, and Victor said, "I'm thankful for I have a big family and we all get together, blah, blah, blah." And it was beautiful. And she goes, "Very good, Victor." And they called me Michael. They're like, "Michael." And I go, "I'm just thankful you wore that sweater today."
So she had it all, man.
Smoking.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is now? Sometimes the teachers will come in the, go Lions hoodie or
Right.
and like what is proper attire?
So look, man.
What do you want your teachers in?
Well, see, I got to tell you, I'm a fan. I'm a fan. Like if I was off the charts with hormones when I was in high school.
Sure.
I mean, honestly, you put a pen in a pen cap on a pen, and I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
I was off the charts. You could not put a donut and a Kreller together without me thinking thoughts. Right. So I am telling you, if that were my homeroom teacher, I would be the most studious kid. I would have been like, for the wrong reasons, but leather pants.
So you're saying that you're saying it enhances your ability to study.
I'm saying that I probably would be appreciative. It would be a major distraction, but I would probably pay attention a little more than I spent with the priest in a robe.
So you're okay with the leather pants?
I'm a fan.
Okay.
Here's a question. Let's in all sincerity, let's take one more look at it just for a second.
Yep.
Happy Tuesday, teacher outfit of the day. I love my outfit today. I'm obsessed with these pants. They're Abercrombie. They're the pleather pants. They just have the best fit. I've had them for 3 years, and I just always find myself reaching for them. This is a cashmere sweater from Offset. I'm not sure if I should.
Now, so the question remains, after watching that, forget you're a student for a second. You're a parent, and you walk into your kid's classroom, and that's the teacher. Pete, is that appropriate attire?
Is my wife with me or no?
Yes.
Okay, my wife is with me. I am against it, man. You can't be wearing that.
Right.
Get me the principal pronto.
I need a one-on-one meeting with this teacher pronto.
My wife cannot be here to witness what I'm going to do because it is horrible.
No. Okay, so no, that is not appropriate attire. If you look at the classroom, she's obviously dealing with really little kids. But
Happy Tuesday, teacher outfit of the day. I love my outfit today. I'm obsessed with these pants. They're Abercrombie. They're
I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't think that one is that bad. I think I could accept that outfit. It's a little tight. But however, I don't. None of her skin is exposed.
No,
she's not. I mean, you can't. A woman can't help her natural body, and I don't think anything there is slutty or over the top. But that's just my opinion.
So there were a few others that I didn't want to bring in because we're a family show here on the ABC Family Network.
Yeah, look how close we are, guys.
But there's some.
Look how close we all are. It's a family show.
I take a lot of pride in that picture.
Well, trust me, there's a whole lot of pride going on right there.
Oh, yeah. But there's somewhere that, the women have cleavage and these short skirts. And look, you don't want to paint them with a broad brush. It's not all teachers are doing this. But the ones that do, it's like, is it I don't know. I'm asking. I need education.
I'm torn because as a parent, now all my kids are grown, but when my kids were little, I would prefer to have the school marm, right? But as a guy, by the way, and what my oldest son Evan, he had a teacher that I forgot her name, but she was like pretty much smoking hot, and he to this day remembers her and got A's in the class. So there might be something to it.
Did I ever show you guys my teacher and why I think I didn't do well in school? I don't know if I ever showed. Here, take a look. That's my teacher. I did not do very. That is a real school teacher, by the way. Oh. I just pulled this up. That is a school teacher, and she wore that. She taught the first grade.
I was going to say, what is she teaching?
Yeah, first grade.
Yeah, I mean, I and in all honesty, like if I had, just say I had a 9-year-old kid floating around, and he's going into that classroom, I mean, that's where you're like, dude, come on, man.
Yeah, that's a bit much. But
I feel like some of them out there are just, like that's how it is. Now, like I said, I think 90% of them are pants and a school hoodie or a school crew neck or something like that. But these do pop up.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. Up until high school, every female teacher I had should have worn a tent. I mean, they were huge women.
Or they were 70.
Yeah, or they were very old, older ladies. But when you get to high school, it gets a little different.
Yeah.
And like teacher we talked about.
Yeah.
I don't think she dressed inappropriately.
Not at all. She was just incredible looking.
She just had a rocking body.
Yeah.
And, what are you going to do?
And a pretty face.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you supposed to do? Tell this lady, dress like us because you're attractive? That's not fair,
Me being a public school guy, I never experienced any of that. My teachers were all older, way older.
Yeah.
And maybe that was by design. I don't know. It could have been. I'm not sure, but
Hoofa.
So, mystery question of the day, Coach. Thank you so much for your answer. Although I'm not sure I've really got a hardcore answer, but you did the best you could with what you had.
I did the best.
Kind of like in the picture of the jiu-jitsu. So another great mystery question, Coach. Today's a historic day at Off the Crossbar. And I know you know why. We have an in-studio guest, right? Local guy, runs a training center. Now you can add author to his resume, right?
Author. Yes.
Yep. Tell us a little bit about it.
All right. So our first guest is my main man, owner of New Vision Soccer Academy in Bel Air and Joppa.
2 locations. I love that.
Two. Utah.
Give me 2, right?
2.
Yep.
Give me 2. Just wrote a book. It's a very good book, definitive book about soccer development. Let's welcome Mike Pistorio to the hut.
Yeah, how we doing, guys?
How you doing, Mike?
I'm doing great, man. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming in today. Real quick, is this available in pop-up or are we just doing paperback?
It's an ebook, paperback, and hopefully hardback too.
I love that.
On Amazon. Yep.
Great artwork. What do you think? Look at the colors.
I like that.
Very cool.
that. Very
now-
symbolic. Look at
now-
the background.
Now there's a shadowy figure on the front. Is that you?
Huh? That is me.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Just different hairstyle.
You can tell it's not me or you because
We are ruled out.
yeah, we're there. The guy's obviously got hair.
I'm blessed.
So tell us about the book, Mike.
Well, so it's called The Awakening, right?
Okay.
And a declaration of American soccer. And it's about some of the problems that I see in soccer coaching in general and in training and some of my solutions to those problems. So we talk about everything from play and self-discovery, which I think has been a disaster for American soccer, to the business of being elite, how everybody calls everything either premier or elite or whatever, to, philosophy and how we can shape our culture in a more productive way in order to, better train kids, right? And so, like, if you look at the Netherlands, they have total football. Spain took it for tiki-taka, right? And Italians have the catenaccio. What do we have? Play, practice, play, and self-discovery. I mean, It's ridiculous, right? So to me, I think the conversation needs to get started so we can move productively forward.
Okay.
And so that's what I really hope this book does.
So so let's say I'm a new coach, right? I'm a coach. I've coached a little bit. I want to learn more about how to train athletes, how to train soccer players. What in this book do I need to what about this book do I need to know?
Well, so there's something that coaches call joystick coaching, right? And it has a negative connotation to it, right? We don't want to tell the kids exactly what to do. And I get that, right? But I take it further and I say it's not joystick coaching, it's moment coaching. Mm-hmm. We want to coach kids before the moment, in the moment, and after the moment. And in doing that, we can give them the tools to succeed. If I'm a 16-year-old high school player, right? And let's say I'm not the best player, right? What do I want? I want to fit in with the team. I want to be a productive player of the team.
Right.
Self-discovery isn't going to do that for you. But if I can give kids tools in the moment, before the moment, in the moment, and after the moment, I can make them a productive member of the team. And so don't be afraid to coach, right? I think the whole self-discovery mindset, it's a cop-out. If your team doesn't perform well, guess what? It was right? Listen, it wasn't my fault. Self-discovery, guys.
Sure.
Right? And so I think it's the ultimate cop-out. So I would encourage coaches to coach more And not only are you going to produce better players, you're going to perfect your craft as a trainer and a coach, which is only going to benefit everybody involved.
Now, can you do me a favor and tell me what chapter I need to go to find how to overcome horrible officiating? Is that in the book? Because as a young player, I want to know how to do that. I'm kidding.
Not quite, but I do have a secret. Here's
Okay.
what I always use, okay? When I see a referee that I think might be a little bit questionable, pass them the ball. See what they do. If they bend over and pick it up, oh my gosh, you are in for a rough day. If they flick it up into their hands, guess what? We're looking pretty good today.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
But yeah, I mean, that's another thing. If the referee is more concerned about how long the kid's socks are versus, if there's red cards being thrown around left and right or offsides,
Training's out the window.
right?
Yep.
It doesn't really matter.
We
at that
talk
point,
about
right?
that all the time.
We do.
Like,
Focusing on the wrong thing.
the
Right?
referee in a high school game will be like, he's got tape on his socks, and
Yeah.
they can't get
Right, they can't
offsides
get
right.
on
And
the
it's
thing,
like,
right.
come on, dude.
Right. Where are your priorities? You know what I'm saying?
So in the book, it talks about you have a blueprint, and it's broken into 3 parts. Can you talk about that?
Absolutely. So I look at soccer very logical, right? Techniques, situations, and tactics.
Okay.
And so I want to get players on that logical progression, right? Because I think a lot of coaches have great individual sessions. And if you took it just as an individual session, it would be amazing. But the problem is each session doesn't connect to the next. And therefore, the kids struggle to understand what's going on, right? Just like in math class, you couldn't learn algebra before you learned addition. So why are we teaching 8-year-olds overlapping wingbacks before they don't know basic passing and receiving?
Sure.
So I really believe that logical progression of techniques, situations, and tactics is the way to go. And in the blueprint, we take it even further than that, right? Ball mastery or straight dribble leads to basic ball mastery skills, which leads to 1v1 skills, which leads to passing and receiving, and into 2v1 and into 4v2. And so the logical progression is what's really going to allow players to, push forward and have clear understanding of not just how to perform a skill, but when they're going to execute that skill in a real game.
One of the cool things about the way the blueprint works, I think, is it gives you an all-encompassing, if I'm to put words in your mouth, curriculum for a kid to develop. When you were developing that, what was like the impetus? What caused you to say, hey, I want to do this for these kids?
Well, I've been doing everything, right? So I was coaching college at Harvard Community College. I was coaching high school. I was coaching club teams. I tried to start my own club, right? I had like 6 or 7 teams in there at one point. And I just couldn't take all the nonsense anymore. Like I didn't want to talk about uniforms or anything like that. And then I asked Dave, who's the president of New Vision, to help, right? And what he said was, well, what do you want to do? And immediately I said, I want to teach. That's it. I don't want to talk about tournaments. I don't want to talk about anything other than how can I impact kids through teaching, right? And so I started to think about soccer. What's the simplest thing you can do on the soccer field that every kid can learn? To me, that's straight dribble.
Mm-hmm.
So let's build from there because anybody can do it. Right. And so I started going down that logical pathway. Okay, what comes after straight dribble? What comes after basic cut? And then I just went all the way through my 4-4-2 system, and there's a whole pathway there.
So I have a quick question because I've always been curious about this. As far as like what you teach, and I'm sure there's a threshold as to how far you'll go before you would say it kind of would clash with the coach of the team's message. So how do you bridge that just tactically when, if it's a 2v1 or 3v2 and you're teaching a certain thing, hey, you run here, Jimmy, you stay out wide. And the coach is like, well, no, we want this integrated weave or whatever. Like, how do you bridge that communication with kids?
Yeah, sure. So I think there's some skills that are universal, right? So tactics can differ. Obviously, I love my 4-4-2, but 4-3-3 is great, right? There's all sorts of different formations you can use. But there's certain underlying principles, for instance, how to stay square in a 2 versus 1, how to draw pressure and pass, how to change your mind in 1v1 that are going to be universal for every system. So from the technical side and the situation side, everything really is pretty much the same. And when tactics get involved, now it's going to differ a little bit, right? Where I teach a trigger point for my outside mid, right? The outside mid gets the ball. I want that strong side striker to go to the corner. I want the weak side striker to come into the gap, right? Well, okay, maybe you're in a 4-3-3. That's okay, right? It's going to be a little bit different, but everything leading up to those tactics should be pretty much the same.
Sure.
Right? So, if he wants to make adjustments at that point, no problem.
So some kids might be skeptical and say, well, I don't know that I want to go to a personal training center because then, like whatever they're teaching might not be in line with what my club coach is teaching. And what you're saying is, no. We complement that. Whatever the club coach's message is, we're just giving you overall generalizations and a little bit more detail depending on age and things like that. But we're a complement to that. So that should entice young players to get training.
Oh, 100%. I mean, in basketball, you learn zone defense, you learn man-to-man defense.
Sure.
Learning a different thing isn't going to hurt you when you do the other thing. Right?
Agree.
If somebody learns a stopper-sweeper system, but in their team they run a flat back 4, it's not going to hurt you.
Yeah.
Right? No, you're just going to learn different roles, different specific things that will enhance it. Right?
That's awesome.
Yeah, nothing we do is going to hurt you if you get a little bit different instruction. It's just going to benefit you.
Right? Yeah.
So, Mike, how do people find not only how to get the book, but find more information about the blueprint itself?
Yeah, so you can get the book on Amazon, right? And just search The Awakening. It'll come right up. And then for us, you can look at our YouTube channel. You can look at us on Facebook. We have a website, newvisionsocceracademy.com, and you can check out all of us. I'm not here to hide information. What we want to do is provide as much soccer coaching information to the public as we possibly can. We're not trying to be some secretive, we have the, no. What we want to do is expand it to the masses to help as many coaches, as many players as humanly possible. That's all we want to do. So check us out, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. And, hopefully we can make you a better coach. We can make you a better player.
What would your message be to like some younger players who might feel like they're overlooked?
Keep trying, buddy. I really hate when I see the pay to play model. A kid and a family pays $3,000, $4,000, up to $10,000 a year.
Yeah.
And then the kid rides the bench. Are you kidding me? Wait a minute. Your family dropped 10 G's to be a part of an elite program, and your kid just rode the bench. You do not get better riding the bench. That's BS. I'm sorry. Minutes build players. And if your team is so elite, why can't you get the kid some minutes?
Right.
Because you're an elite level coach. Figure it out. He should play half the time. Right. And if you take a loss every once in a while, but you build that kid's career, he deserves that, and that might be a little contradictory or whatever, but it's so important. And, you as a player who feels overlooked, you're probably a better player than that coach is as a coach. And that's how I feel.
I think that's pretty well said. But one thing I will say is we don't like to use the term elite here. We like to use the term
deluxe.
The deluxe.
Yeah, so if you're at a deluxe academy,
that's what we should do. It should be deluxe elite championship.
Absolutely.
Yeah. World-class premier elite. That's a real club somewhere. So,
Finney, you're in the presence of an author. Any questions? Any thoughts?
No, I do have one question.
Sure.
All right. When you were talking about the club culture,
yes,
and wasting that money,
yes.
Why are you in favor of more of academy style where kids are actually in a program at the deluxe level? The best players in the country are 14, 15. Would you be in favor of like these clubs becoming more of like academies? If they're going to pay that, I mean, you're talking about $10,000 a year for some of these, maybe another 5 or 10. And these kids can go to school there. I mean,
okay. So you're talking about more of an educational pathway.
Like the British academies, the big time academies. I think America has plenty of money to afford it.
Well, there's a big difference there because overseas, it's actually free for those kids.
Yeah.
Because there's a pathway to profit for the club. We're not allowed to do that here in this country, as far as I know. And so we can't really provide that for them, unfortunately, because like in Barcelona, if you're you're the next Lionel Messi, they're just going to pay for your school. They're going to pay for your housing. They're going to pay for your family because they know they're going to sell you for millions of dollars down the line. So I'm not sure the exact route in terms of, should they go to school and train at the same time? All I know is that if you're paying this amount of money and your coach can't teach you straight dribble, how to dribble in a straight line, there is a problem.
Yeah.
Right.
Agreed. Sure.
And I think it's so deep and entwined in our culture because of the self-discovery stuff. There's not an inherited knowledge passed between parents even, right? In basket, like you're a father, right? You have a kid. Well, you can give your kid a head start in basketball and baseball and football, right? Because you know the basics, the foundations of shooting a jump shot. It might not be perfect, right? But it's closer than what our fathers can provide for soccer, because we don't have that inherited knowledge that's just entrenched into our communities, right? I would like the blueprint to help build inherited knowledge, so kids can step in to a program when they're 6 and have already made basic push passes.
Right.
They've already tried and failed a Cruyff 500 times before they've ever stepped into it. And now all we're doing is tweaking. That's the real dream, right?
Yeah.
And now if we can do that, boom, think of how much that uplifts the entire culture, right? Because all these kids have head starts. My father was not a soccer guy, right? But he would watch trainers like you when you trained me, and then he would make me go in the backyard and do it a million times, right? Just do it over. Oh, that one wasn't good enough. And I'd be like, well, how do you do, Dad? Right? He didn't care. Well, do it again, right? And so that sort of thing, I think parents are the hidden coaches in American soccer. And they need to be uplifted.
I wouldn't say that too loud.
Mike, I apologize, but I would actually, I would disagree with you there.
Sure,
with
let's
the
go.
parents,
Bring it on.
and here's why.
Sure.
I don't think the average American parent at this point has any clue about the game.
Exactly.
When you have, I do agree that parents should be the best motivator,
right,
and the best sort of policeman for their training.
Sure.
But I see too many parents telling kids tactical stuff, and a coach will show them something, and then the next thing you know, this kid thinks he's Maradona, and he's more like Donna from the bar down the street. You know what I mean?
Well, look, here's my point. Okay, the parent is going to spend much more time with the kid than the coach is, right? What you do between practices really, really matters.
Agreed.
Should a parent be giving tactical instructions if they don't know what they're doing? Absolutely not. But can the parent learn basic cut? Can they learn straight dribble? Can they learn the details of a scissor and then make their kid do it in the backyard? That's more of what I'm talking about.
Sure.
Not tactical adjustments during the game. No. Keep your mouth shut on the sidelines.
Right.
But make your kid, I talk about it in the book. I'd be playing video games. I'm a kid at home where I'm playing video games. My dad's like, get in the backyard and start training. I'm like, no, Dad, I'm playing a video game. My dad goes, oh, okay, no problem. Well, we're signing you up for rec because it's $50 a year, and I'm not paying for club soccer or academy or whatever for you to sit here and play video games and not do your soccer homework. Now get up and get in the backyard and start training.
Sure.
Okay, bang, that's what I did, right? No problem there.
He put down the Atari 2600
and it got out there.
Put it down.
I'll tell you what, man. Thanks so much for coming in, and I can't wait to read this. It's going to be great.
Well, I really appreciate you guys having me, man. And
absolutely.
Thank you so
Mike.
much. And
Where do
Coach
people?
Pete works with us, and he's fantastic at New Vision. Yeah.
Where are people able to find the book directly and to learn more about you?
Yeah, so you go to Amazon, right? Just type in The Awakening, a Declaration of American Soccer. We're trying to link up sales for December 3rd, so you can purchase the ebook right away. It'll come to you on December 3rd, or you have to wait till December 3rd to pre-order or order your paperback.
Okay.
So yeah, please order it on December 3rd. You can find us more on YouTube, Facebook. Just search New Vision Soccer Academy. We just passed 1,000 followers on our YouTube page, which was really cool.
And I'll make sure all this information is in the description on the video itself.
Beautiful.
The links or it'll be in the description.
Beautiful.
So, yeah, Mike, thanks for coming in.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Get
guys,
the book. Man. Check out the book. It's a good read. It's informative. It's an easy read. You did a great job. Check it out, and let's rock.
Let's
Beautiful.
do it.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you,
Bye,
man.
Mike.
Okay, so again, Mike, great guy, great author so far. I haven't read it yet, but I'm sure it's phenomenal.
He's put some work into it, brother.
I'm sure
he's done. The detail in that is pretty incredible.
I honestly am curious as to what would drive someone to make the decision of, hey, I want to write a book. Like there's some other guys that float around the soccer community that do it. Lance Riedinger comes to mind.
Yeah.
But it's got to be a lot of work. And it's a high risk, right? Because you don't know, you might lose money on it. You know what I mean?
But he's passionate about it, and
I love
dig it. You'll like it.
I love it. That's awesome. Real quick, Coach, we had 2 big championships last week.
Huge.
So we had let's start off with the ladies. Our buddy Colin Devlin and Maryville got it done.
Now, check this out. This is what's incredible about Colin. He took Maryville, right? I think this is his 22nd year. Last year, he was B conference champion.
Love it.
Gets promoted to the A conference, which is full of monster teams.
Oh, yeah.
And wins it. If that does not show you his quality as a coach, as a person, as a leader, and what he puts into that program, I don't know what you need. Just phenomenal guy, phenomenal job, great team win. He brought the most out of those girls. Wow.
And I tell you what, he's second to none in the dedication department, right?
Jeez.
I mean, the time he puts in, the dedication he puts in, the recon he puts in on the back end, scouting the other teams and knowing his opponents and knowing his teams. I mean, he does a good a job as you'll find, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And he's reaped the rewards for it. And what he mentioned to you something about, and they want to have fun. That's the overall.
That is his overall message. Is have fun. And what's cool about it is you look at Mercy, and Mercy is a who's who in local girls soccer. They're loaded. And he took his team, went out there, and throughout the season changed tactics to fit their opponent. And if you watch that championship game, the first half, Maryville was all over them. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then, Mercy got up. Then Maryville battled back, got it, equalized it, went to PKs, and they end up being victorious in PKs. But what a fantastic job. And that doesn't take anything away from Mercy. They're still a phenomenal team with great players. But, wow, Colin, excellent job. Girls, excellent job.
Congratulations,
Fantastic.
Colin. I mean, it's phenomenal. On the boys' side, we have a three-peat.
When is the last time there's been a three-peat in that conference?
When do we get to a point where is it a dynasty?
Yeah, they're there. Definitely.
Okay.
Because, look, I can go back to, like, Calvert Hall in the 80s, dynasty. They won something like 7 out of 10 championships. Curly in the 90s had a run. And then it's been, like, kind of, I think McDonough had a run.
McDonough had a stretch, yeah.
Right? But then it's been, like, Calvert Hall wins one year, Loyola wins, McDonough wins, Curly wins. It kind of, St. Joe wins. It all kind of.
It was sprinkled around. Right.
For Loyola, the wild thing is they've done it with 3 different coaches.
3 different coaches.
That is incredible.
That just tells you, I mean, and not to take away from the coaching has to get it done too. But the level of play there, the talent that they're bringing in there is just. It's just good enough, you know what I mean, at that point. And when you get to those games, look, all the kids are good, right?
For sure.
Both teams are good. It comes down to one moment or 2 moments, depending on the score or whatever in the game. And it's the execution in those moments.
Yeah.
It always comes down to that, right?
And I tell you, did you watch the game?
I did.
The save that keeper made, oh my gosh, the Loyola keeper, it was like a driven ball in the box. The reaction save on that was unbelievable. And you look at how that one play changed the whole outcome of the game.
And the goal for Loyola, I mean, good build up, get it out wide, whip it in the box. They found the open man, and he didn't miss. I mean, directed at jumping header, boom, into the corner, keeper no chance.
But, and this, like, shame on me, but at the beginning of the year, and I'll look in the camera and tell you, I thought Loyola had 0 chance with graduating Sammy Walker and Klink and all those guys. I think Lackner too. They graduated a ton of guys, and they've done such a good job of building from the middle school to the JV to the high school. It just plug in and replace, new coach, new vision, new energy, and they got it done.
Does that, what you just said, Pete, from the middle school to the high school, does that go to my argument about academies? In other words, it's the same kind of idea. The school they're playing for is grooming them for their system and their style of play, and they're drawing from younger kids into the school system.
Right.
That's basically the same system.
Yes and no, but like here's what Loyola has.
Yeah.
They have a great educational program.
Right.
Right. And so they've got the educational reputation where kids want to go there. They also have the soccer reputation. So kids from the better clubs are going to go there. What they've done a bang up job, starting with Lee, DeShantret, going through Marciano, and now it's Lucas Winters, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
A fantastic guy. They do a good job of getting those kids and plugging them in.
Yeah.
So I'm just guessing that Lee's system and Lucas's system are different. Just guessing, but maybe not. I don't know. But they've recruited these kids at a young age and then developed them through their middle school system.
I think even more than the style, it's the cohesiveness of these kids all playing together for so long.
Yeah, could be. Yeah.
You know, one of the great moments, I think, I don't know if you ever saw class of 92, the Man United thing.
Come on, man. It's
when
one of my favorite documentaries.
Nicky Butt makes a great point. He says, I don't care where you are in an academy. If the same 11 guys play together for 20 years and your quality, you're going to have light years advantage on any team that was assembled 4 or 5 years before you.
For sure.
So I think that does play a lot.
Yeah,
but you're right. I mean, they are the Calvert Hall of the 80s, the Curly of the 90s. Loyola is on top of the mountain right now.
You win 3. I don't know who the last team to do it.
Probably Calvert Hall, honestly.
I think McDonough might have.
Yeah.
I don't know. You're talking about in a row, right?
Yeah.
3 consecutive, yeah.
It's so hard to win. I remember when I was coaching at Curly, when Pep was the head coach, I was his assistant. We won in 92. And 93, we were a better team than we were in 92, and we lost. And then won again in 94.
Yeah.
It was just but it was so hard to repeat in that
because
conference.
At that point, like, all the teams are good. So you have to execute, like I said earlier, but you also have to get the calls. You have to get the roll of the ball. You have to get the bounces. You have to get, like, all the planets kind of have to align.
Can't have injuries of key people.
You can't. Margin of error is so thin. You can't make any dumb mistakes. And to do it 3 times in a row, I mean, it's, what else can you say? I mean, it's unbelievable. Congratulations. Yeah.
Just awesome.
Unreal. So, Coach, I think that about wraps it up for this week. I'm going to get out of here. You're going to get out of here. Just lastly, on your way, I don't know about you, the elation you feel in certain moments of your life. I hope I feel this on my way out of here, but I get that same feeling. I got it yesterday. It's so gorgeous. It's glorious, actually. But when I'm on 695 and I get through the speed camera and I get down a little bit and I see in my rear view, boom, it flashes,
right?
And they got someone else.
I giggle my ass off.
Oh, man, it feels so good, doesn't it?
That is so
It's
great.
unbelievable. By the way, I haven't seen a guy turn a shovel, but they've been shooting radar, and it's been under construction for a month.
You know, the guy that got caught is like, mother.
Hey guys, great show. Next week we've done our 11 sides, pick them. So I got a couple emails. They love the bits, but they say 11's too much. They just want to do five-a-sides. So next week we're going to do a 5-a-side, 2-2-1 up top, made of only frontmen from rock bands.
Dude, I love it.
Okay.
Oh, this is going to be nasty.
5-a-side. Only frontmen from rock bands. You cannot use rappers, country artists, anything that's considered rock is allowed.
Do we have to delineate rock, heavy metal, grunge?
All fine.
All fine.
Guys with guitars, bass players, and drummers.
I love it.
All right, guys, great show.
Later.
All right. See you, Coach.